Thanks a lot. Uh, it's been really amazing day for me. So this is one of the first event I attended after joining Cashfree. And I'm really glad that I'm spending this time with galaxy of NBFCs and the industry stalwarts. Most of you, I have heard the name, I have heard about the company name, but Cashfree is fairly new, so I would like to start with a brief introduction about us. So Cashfree, we are a 4-year-old payment aggregator company. So we have a holistic solutions on both collection and disbursement side. We are a Y Combinator 2017 batch, and recently we raised Series A funding from Smilegate. And we serve merchants across various sectors. The thing what I want to talk today is about payments. So my colleague or friend from PayU already covered a lot about how the payments works in NBFC sector, but I would like to briefly touch upon those aspects. So NBFC payments, in our view, it's a bit complex compared to e-commerce or travel because it has two legs. One is a disbursement, and then eventually there's a collection part of it. So there are multiple solutions provided by various entities like banks, aggregators, fintech companies out there. So if I look at the disbursement part, there are bank account validation where you do a penny drop, identify your user, then eventually you push the money to that account, you lend, you give the credit. The second is the collection part of it, because what I heard today is that the disbursement is the easy part, right? People want money. I want to buy a new mobile phone. I want to go to Bali next week, so I don't have the money. So I want the money, and there are companies who are ready to give the money. But the point is, how do you collect efficiently and on time? So that's the bigger challenge right now. So already right now there are so many solutions are in place. So I broadly divide them into 3 aspects. One are typically your passive payments. You set up a mandate and you pull the money from the user's account periodically. That's the easiest way to do it. It started way back with ECS, then came NACH, now we have e-mandate. The other one is active payment, where a user actively has to go to an NBFC site and make a payment through either debit card, net banking, UPI, whatever option he has. So this is more of an active. So sometimes the delinquent cases come into this play. The third one is a reminder. So I may be an active payer, but I forgot to pay my bill, or I forgot to pay my due, or maybe that day my account doesn't have sufficient balance. So I may want to remind that user with a SMS, then facilitate the payment in the same channel where the reminder has been set. So although having said that so many solutions are out there, still there is no silver bullet yet for this collection problem. So still we are evolving in terms of solution, because while I was outside, I was talking to a lot of people, and their concern is, what about the users who don't even have a smartphone? So there is no question of UPI. How about the people who do not have much access to the data, right? So these are the current question, how we can enable payments for the people as a part of financial inclusion. So I don't have answer right now. Nobody has the answer, I believe, but we are working on that as a small company. And what we are trying to do is, we are thinking the way forward for us will be, how we look for payments is, there are 4 major pillars. One is the solutions that we build should be super efficient. Like for example, your reconciliation report should be precise. The status that you get should be crystal clear. The settlement should be faster because the same funds will be redeployed again for the disbursement. The security, morning also we had a session on security. So today we live in a world where everything is online. So that means the more thing I get useful things out of the online world, same way my data is also vulnerable. So that include my personal information as well as my transaction information. So the systems what we build should be the more secure in case of safeguarding this information. The other one is the scalability. So since morning we were talking, one of the first speaker, he told about today nobody talks about the servers, right? It's all about cloud. Because why? It's all about scalability. The company which is dispersing 100 loans a day may start doing 1 lakh in a day. So the system, the processor who is behind them should be that also operate at that particular scale. So how we visualize is build the systems which are scalable, can be ramped up immediately. Customer experience. Now this is quite unique. It came in RBI's vision document also, that the user experience aspect of it. Most of us never enjoyed paying our credit card bills, but after the Cred app was launched, it was a unique experience in paying the credit card bill itself. So what happened was, one of the entrepreneur just changed the payment experience of the credit card. So why can't it be extended to other field like NBFC? How today's user is focused that I should be easily onboarded on a platform, I should be easily accessible to the loan, I should be easy to receive the loan. Same way, the experience of repayment should be seamless. Say there are multiple solutions have come up, so we will talk about it little later, but the experience aspect is also one of our key feature, how we build the mobile experience or the checkout experience for the repayment part of it. So what, overall when it comes to the execution, we studied a lot of platforms, we spoke to some of our NBFC merchants, and what we think is the mobile, right? This will be the predominant channel, because the current 400 million users will become 800, and most of these people are NTC millennials. They want to borrow the money because they have higher aspirations, they have emergencies, may have a need, but so everything should be delivered through mobile. The onboarding till repayment should be done through mobile. So our focus is building the mobile SDKs which can facilitate those kind of seamless transactions. The other important investment or the bet we are taking is UPI, because one, the UPI MDRs have been made zero almost. The second is UPI has been unique. There were a lot of barriers in terms of payments. The credit card has a limited penetration, net banking has a efficiency problem, but UPI fixed that problem, and today the adaptability is very high. And some of the very big companies like Google, PhonePe have invested heavily to popularize this payment method. So our view is that this should be the answer to all the payment hassles in the future. So how, as a company, what we are doing is we built the solutions on these products. We are working on making the early settlement, analytics, and the reconciliation, and building the strong partnership with banks, regulators, and also heavy investment in UPI. So with some of these aspects, we think that we can address the, at least, if not 100%, at least half of the problems of collection in the NBFC sector. That's all from my end. Any questions, queries? Cool.